Hey guys, MadMankey13 here, and like I said in my most recent short, this is the video where I'm going to be ranking all of the FNaF games, at least the mainline ones, this tier right here. Basically, I'm not going to be ranking stuff like the Ultimate Custom Night Demo, Sister Location MA Night 1, and Halloween editions, and Troll editions. And as you can see, this is going to be a little different from my usual tier list because it's going to be one in each. And instead of going in order, I'm going to be going in 10, 9, 8, and which one's from worst turn, basically just worst to best. So before I go any further, if you like these kinds of videos and you want to see more, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss when I upload. So number 10 for me is probably going to be Special Delivery. It's not a bad game by any means. Like, I like how they're still updating it with new stuff. But I do feel like there were a lot of extra animatronics that just didn't need to be added. And this game always felt to me like a spin-off game, sort of like FNaF World. But I wanted to include it because because a lot of people, not many people care about FNaF World, but I do know a lot of people who really like this game. And if you like it, more power to you. But for me, it's definitely the worst game, and I put that in heavy quotation marks because I don't really hate any of these games. Ninth place for me is it's probably gonna be Security Breach. Like, I get what they were trying to do, and it's definitely probably like the biggest FNaF game. But the structure of it felt really weird. Like, you go from surviving 5 nights, or in FNAF 6's case, 6, or just like a collection of mini games or custom night, all mechanics in the original 4, to a story-based game where you're trying to just survive one night. And there were tons of glitches, and until the big patch, you couldn't save after 6 a.m., and that was just one of the hardest segments of the game. And it was all just really bad. I haven't played it since the patch, and I've heard that it's gotten good. Well, not good, but it's gotten better. But for me, it's just not that great. I wasn't a fan. Um, Eighth place, I'm gonna say FNaF 3. Yeah, it was pretty cool, but I'm gonna start to sound like parroting other people's. It's just really easy. Like, you can just bounce him back between cams 9, 10, and seal off vent 13 or 14. I forget which one it is, and you just win because Springtrap's the only animatronic that can kill you, and its jump scare is just not that great. Like, the jump scares in these games always manage to scare me, but Springtrap just slides towards you, and it's just not that scary. I do like how this is the first game to have multiple different endings, like branched endings. Like, you can just play the game as intended and get the bad ending, or you have to play through all the 8-bit mini games. If you hear talking in the background, my dad's on the phone. It's a business call. But it's a good game. Just pales in comparison to the rest. Seventh place for me is Sister Location. Again, I'm gonna be saying this a lot. I really do like this game. But it just feels, it's like Security Breach, in which it feels kind of out of place. But at least this got the 5 nights right. Um, just the whole task thing, instead of just being stuck in one room, cams to check, you're just going, and it's like, go to cross the room, do repairs, turn on the power, and it's all just like, don't get me wrong, it can be Valora Gallery segment can be really scary, and same with Funtime Auditorium, but the rest of the game just isn't scary. And what also brings us down is Night 4. Night 4 is the FNAF franchise equivalent of Chef Saltbaker on expert difficulty, and I'm willing to say it's even harder than that fight. Even with the nerf, or I guess patch nerf, whatever you want to call it, it's still really difficult. Like, that one night took me like 3 hours to beat, and for those reasons, that's why I'd say it's probably 7th best. Um, all right. No, I can't do it. When I get to it, I'll say why this is higher. FNAF 4 is 6th. I really like how terrifying this game is, but the two big, well, I really have two problems with it. But the main problem is you have to have your volume up really loud to hear the breathing, and if you don't, your ears get assaulted. Uh, I'm not really a big fan of delving into the story, but I know this was the game that did get a lot of the theorists upset because it was like, was it the Byte of 83, Byte of 87? Like, I will listen to game theory in the background while doing other stuff, but I'm not really a big fan of the lore unless it's like up front because I'm not a big fan of just all the digging. All right, fifth place is Pizzeria Simulator. I was gonna put this lower, but I do really like how terrifying. Like, you can, I like how you can only do either do your like the jobs that you have to do before you log out for the day, or you can choose motion detector in the audio to try and keep the animatronics away from you, but you can't do both. It really amps up how scary the game can feel. Also, with it being random, like your systems can malfunction. Yes, I did see the video explaining that. I didn't discover that on my own. But since your systems can sometimes not work, also the completion ending is probably one of my favorite endings of any game ever. It's just really good, and Nowhere to Run is probably one of my favorite songs in any game ever. It's just a really great game, but these four are definitely better. I'd say in fourth place is FNaF 2. Okay, no, Ultimate Custom Night. I'm just way too attached to this game. I've honestly thought that custom nights have gotten worse and worse over the franchise. FNAF's one and two were pretty good. FNAF 3 and 4 I don't think even had them, and FNAF when in sister location, when you did it, you could only have a certain, like, there's no difficult really. There is difficulty, and you can only set a certain few. Like, you can't actually customize it. This, you get 50 animatronics. You can set them to whatever difficulty you want. It makes for a ton of replayability, and as you all know, it's the game that both started and kickstarted my channel. If you were around back 4-ish years ago, I made some awfully made Ultimate Custom Night videos on a library computer. And what kickstarted my channel is my reaction to my good friend Robbie Ritz playing it. And that is, well, it. If you look now, right after it's uploaded, it will say it's my most popular video. But a short I uploaded yesterday has like 6 times the views. So, but it was the video that definitely attracted a lot more people to my channel, and that's why I really like this game. If I had anything to say negative about it, it would probably have to be like, I know this is a problem a lot of people have, but it's a lot of just the jump scares where the camera's just shaking, like just that. It's not really that good. But other than that, it's a really solid game, and if you haven't played it yet, just download it. It's free, and that's another big selling point. Tons of replay value. Like, you can play this for like 50 hours and probably never get bored of it, or at least maybe for a little bit. And and these both are free. Um, Third place is FNAF 1. Yeah, it's the game that started it all, and I do really like the whole cramped office setting, limited power. You can't be overusing your power, otherwise the power will run out, and Freddy will come and pay you a nice little visit. Uh, I I mean, the nights are really, really slow in this game. Like, I think they're like a minute and a half per hour. I think it's the case with FNAF 2 as well. But just, especially on like nights 1 and 2, where there's not much happening, it can feel painfully long. But those are minor complaints, and you just tend to forget them about them more, because nights 3, 4, and 5, and 6 are really, really, really fun. They're some of the best in the entire game. Um, it's a nice simple game that started the franchise, and I respect it for it. Not for it. I respect it for it. In second place is, funnily enough, FNAF 2. FNAF 2 looked at everything that FNAF 1 had and decided to do it better, except instead of power, you have a flashlight that can die out, so you need to not be using that. If an animatronic gets in your office, just toss on a Freddy mask, and you need to make sure the music box stays wound up, otherwise the puppet will kill you. And it can feel like a lot to juggle, but it gets really, really rewarding once you learn how to properly master it all. And it's a short explanation, but that's really what FNAF 2 has. It really can't be explained through words. You just gotta do it yourself, and you'll see why. FNAF Help. Okay, again, it's some. Every tier list has that one no opinion. My FNAF Help Wanted ranking tier list had the plush baby mini games. Chef Saltbaker was one of the hardest in my last tier list video. Um, Lab was in the S tier. And this is my favorite game in the FNaF franchise. It just has so much you can do. It's like Ultimate Custom Night, but double its value. The mini games are really really fun. Being able to see it, I haven't played the VR portion of it because I don't really have the money for it. But even in non VR mode, like I mainly play on Switch, and just seeing the animatronics just tower over you, just walking down the hallways, it can be pretty scary. FNaF 3, I really like how it's like you don't have to like pan over to the reboot cams, you just have to turn to the left a little bit. Night Terrorist was pretty fun. I really liked Pizza Party. Funtime Foxy was really fun. And then and that's just half of it. Curse of Dreadbear was the first Halloween edition, at least maybe I haven't played this, to actually give you new content. FNAF's early ones, they just put like stuff on the desk. FNAF 4 was a little ambitious and did some of and remade some of them and added an extra night. But this gave you it gave you 10 new games, and a lot of them were really, really solid. The only thing I really had to complain about this game is all three Plush Baby minigames. Plush Baby, Nightmare Plush Baby, and Plushkin Patch are some of the worst things. Like, I'd say they're about as bad as the Vermilion City Gym Puzzle, which I am definitely making a Gym Puzzle tier list video for Pokemon. Expect that soon. But it's really only 3 out of, like, what? 5, 10? It's like, I think there might be, like, 40 minigames and only 3 bad ones. That's pretty impressive. Sorry for this sounding like a rambling video. I just really wanted to get this out to stay true to my word of the last short. If you like these tier lists and you want to see more, again, like, subscribe, comment. If I do another one of these, it's probably going to be the Gym Puzzle tier list I have mentioned earlier. And see you then. But until now,